Secretary, thank you for joining us today to discuss President Obama's agenda in transforming education in America. We think that we're at a unique moment in the history of this country. With all of the challenges that America is facing, I think that the President made a wise choice when he said that he wanted, after the stimulus, to rebuild the American economy through a new energy policy, education policy, and health care policy. This committee is involved in 2 out of 3 of those. I was encouraged this morning when I heard the chairman of the board of General Electric saying that if he was going to make one big bet for the future of innovation and technology in this country and jobs here at home, it would be in energy. And he also made it very clear that if you're going to have that innovation and its contributions to the technological changes, we needed a well-educated workforce. We could no longer suffer the achievement gaps that we have in this country. We've worked hard to try to close them, but much more needs to be done. We can no longer afford to have only 70% of our graduates, high school graduates, graduate, obviously, the graduates. I'll get to the English language down here in a moment. That these are nagging problems, and that clearly we've got to do all that we can, and Mr. McKean has been a champion of this, to make college more affordable and to deal with the cost of college. It's very difficult to talk about at a time of recession when state resources are crashing all over the country, but we've got to have more support from the states for our public institutions. I think both you and President Obama have clearly articulated that you see education as a basic civil rights, and this is the civil rights issue of our generation. And I think that members will have many questions of you, but I think clearly your budget reflects these priorities by improving, providing the resources to improve the early learning opportunities for our youngest students so that they're school ready, and to provide better coordination among those opportunities within the states. The articulation that you've given to the need for world-class standards, common standards in this country to take us to a new place, both in curriculum, in assessments, is very, very important. And the idea that every child would have access to an effective, qualified teachers, and that those teachers should enjoy and deserve a modern professional workplace where their talents, their time, their skills will be, and their success will be rewarded. And I think that these are very, very important ideas for this administration and for our country as we struggle to come out of this economic downturn following the financial scandals. But we will, and we've got to emerge stronger in what will even be a more competitive and globalized economy and world. I think with the commitment that you made for the $100 billion as part of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act sent a huge signal to the educators of this country, to families in this country, that you were again placing a bet on the ability of our education system to achieve the kind of success that parents want, that students want, that teachers want, and certainly we want as a society and as an economy. I think you've captured the imagination and maybe the anticipation of so many people in this country and in the Congress with your unprecedented fund for the race to the top. I hope that you will set the bar very high for those who get to participate. I think you have something very valuable in terms of the incentives that you can provide, the leadership that you can provide to truly take us to a different place with respect to our expectations and the realization of what can be done in the American education system, led by states who are willing to take their education systems to the future and stop standing pat on the status quo. So it's a great honor for me, but it's also with a great deal of excitement to welcome you to our committee, and to the members who will play an important role on both sides of the aisle. This is one of the more bipartisan committees in the House. We start out each and every time trying to be there. We don't always agree. We don't always end up that bipartisan, but we've tried with Mr. McKeon, myself, when he was chair, when I'm chair, to try to work it out and see how long we could go down that road. And we will continue to address the initiatives of this administration in that same fashion. Thank you for being here.